So welcome to the Golf Trade Show at Harrogate 2015. After unbelievable success in days 1 and 2, we actually sold out of products, enlisting over 400 authorized instructors. So we're in a really good position. What I want to do now is give you a little reminder as to the function of the SureSet. So when you get back to your shops, back to your academies, it's nice and clear and you can interpret the information nice and clearly to your pupils. So let's run through it again. Remember, we talked about the key denominators of golf. I think it's pretty much universally agreed that we have wrist hinge, forearm rotation and shoulder turn to set the golf club. I think it's also universally agreed that Hogan's pane of glass wasn't a million miles out. Maybe a little high, but essentially something that we can relate to, i.e. the plane of the swing. So what does the SureSet do? Well, simply, it blends wrist hinge, forearm rotation and shoulder turn and allows us to understand plane. So here we go. We take our address position, a little bit of forward shaft lean to relate to line of compression, and from here we create an upward hinge. This gives us a touch point between the upper left arm and chest and allows me to form my radius. Once my radius is formed, this gives me my width of swing that I'm going to try and retain in the backswing. So remember those ingredients. We've got our hinge. It's now time to blend our turn and forearm rotation. So we start with the big muscles. Turn activates the swing, and from here, the left arm will rotate to help us set plane. The skill is in the mix. If the left arm doesn't work, the club stays above plane. We blend it in nicely. Now what do you notice at this stage? We've got a position where we have a great kinesthetic sensation from the handle to my body. And secondly, we have a good awareness of directional set. That is the way in which the wrist is going to hinge and the forearm is going to rotate, i.e. how to set plane. So after 3 or 4 movements, getting comfortable with our backswing, it's now time to get the sensation of how we start down. Well, the great thing about the SureSet is we can't narrow our radius, we can't cast the club, so how are we going to get it down? We get it down simply by uncoiling from the floor, moving our pelvis, our trunk, and then our lead arm, so that we start to work on sequence. Remember, we've got wrist hinge, forearm rotation, shoulder turn, understanding of plane, and now we're learning a little bit about sequence. So stage 2. We're very aware that the golf swing doesn't start in a hinged position. So what are we going to do? We address it just like it's a 7-iron, shaft pointing to the ball to target line, and from here we focus on our directional set. You can imagine if I get the shaft above plane and closed, I miss to the left. If I get the shaft under plane and open, I miss to the right. So here we go. Touch point, upper left arm and chest, gives me a great internal reference as to how I want to set the club. This intellectual information and transfer of information is a really simple way of learning. So last but not least, this is the bonus. What is the real true secret of the SureSet? Well, it's face control. And what I mean is face to arc. So if we were teaching putting, we would concentrate on how the face rotates in relation to the arc. Imagine if the club was to close and open, it would be enormously difficult to get the face square at impact. The same is true for the golf swing. What you'll notice here is that I've put a face angle onto the SureSet. If I take my address position, a little bit of forward shaft lean, the face is still square in relation to arc. Now, from here, upward hinge, we're ready to go. All I want you to do now is notice how the face relates as I turn and rotate with the SureSet. The face is not just close to arc, it's absolutely square. Imagine me now addressing a wedge with the ball a little closer and my plane a little more upright. Let's see how the face reacts. Arm plane is higher, face appears to be a little more open. A little bit less forearm rotation in a wedge swing. Now let's set up with driver, ball's further away. What's going to happen? My swing plane is a little more flat, it's a little deeper, and the face appears to be a little more closed, but it is square to arc. Now the great thing about working with the SureSet is all this complex information is transferred through feeling. Intellectual information transferred through feeling, simplifying very complex swing techniques and making them simple for your pupil. So one last thing, how will it improve the swing of the pupil? Well, it improves it through proprioception. If you imagine I pinch my arm for 30 seconds, then I walk around, I will have a sensation that lingers. That's how the Sure Set works. It leaves a little bit of proprioception behind and allows you to free will and form a new pattern for your golf swing. I look forward to working with you all, and please give me some feedback. Send in your videos. Let's create a Sure Set community and start improving golf and really simplifying the fundamentals of the players we work with.